Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of June 2021. I'm very excited for some reason, and I think that's a good sign for your readings for this month. I will be using my Morgan Greer Tarot deck. For clarifiers, I will use my Radiant Rider-Waite, and then I will close out your reading, Aquarius, with a Eternal Crystals Oracle card. For those of you that work with crystals, I think you're going to enjoy that deck. It's very beautiful. And a little side note, in case you didn't know, I actually started this channel to share my love of crystals, but of course, as things always do, they tend to morph into other things. So I still love crystals, but I also truly love the tarot. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. So let's go ahead and get right into it, Aquarius. Like I said, I'm feeling very, very excited. And like I said, I think that's a good sign. I also want to apologize in advance if you do hear my fan in the background. I do live in Las Vegas. It's really hot, and I need the fan because I tend to get very energized during this, during the readings, and I just don't want to be a sweaty, drippy mess here while I'm trying to read the cards. All right, so let's get right into it, Aquarius. What do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of June 2021? What do we need to know for the sign of Aquarius? All right, Aquarius, I can tell you right off the bat, just by looking at these cards, you're going to be doing a lot of work independently by yourself. And it's funny because I've been getting this with a few of the signs this month, right? That people are working independently. And I think that's actually a good thing, especially for those of us who are looking to kind of expand our opportunities, do some new things, start a business, maybe shifting your work to something that's more freedom-based. It looks like you're going to be moving in that direction very clearly, Aquarius. But let's go ahead and start with the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is telling me that you're ready to kind of cut something off or let go of something. This is something you've been struggling with for a while. And again, it does have a direct effect on your money. The thing is I think this is something that's been a long time coming, Aquarius. Either for some reason you've been procrastinating, you've been kind of going back and forth about something. By the time we move into June, it's almost like you realize, okay, we're halfway through the year here. I need to go ahead and make this decision. And it looks like you very clearly do that confidently. It's the right move for you. It does have a positive impact on your money. So I don't want you to hesitate or drag your feet on whatever it is anymore, okay? Whatever that decision is, you need to move forward with it. Now, obviously, with every no, there's a yes, and with every yes, you're saying no to something else. Now, the Devil card talks about an unhealthy attachment. So I'm feeling, because these two cards are right next to each other, is that this is something that's been dragging for a while. And because you have kind of hesitated on making the decision of letting something go, releasing something, cutting something off, cutting someone off, it did have its consequences, and you're starting to kind of, heal from that. But you still have some things that have to be dealt with as a result of you holding on to something too long, okay? But again, when all is said and done, it will have a positive impact on your money. Next, we have the Fool card in the reverse. The Fool card in the reverse tells us that even though you're going to be moving in a new direction, you're not going to be doing this naively. You're not going to be doing this blindly. It's not like you're kind of just taking a big risk here. This is something that you've thought about very clearly, and you're moving in the right direction. I feel like this is something work related is what I'm picking up for most of you. Now, I know not everybody works. Some people are retired, some people are business owners, some people are students. I get that. But I guess for the majority of you that do work, I'm feeling like you're moving into a new phase of your career, or I should say your working life, okay? And this can apply to anybody. It doesn't have to be just employees. Looks like you're making the decision to walk away from something. You've thought about it for a while. You're going to be busy. You're going to have a lot of opportunities. Work is definitely there. There's no shortage of people who are looking for what it is that you offer. And again, this could apply to anybody, whether you're a student, whether you're retired, whether you're on disability, Social Security, if you're a business owner. It looks like I said, you're very clearly moving into something where you work independently. Maybe you become an entrepreneur. Maybe you become self-employed, whatever that looks like and feels good for you. This 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, again, this is independent work. Usually when this is in the upright, it talks about group projects, collaborations, partnerships sometimes. But no, very clearly, Aquarius, you're going to be doing your own thing, moving into a new phase, like I said, of the work that you do, and it's going to be something very independent. Not to say that you won't hire out people maybe to do certain things, but overall, you're going to be the main star of the show. You're going to be kind of like the person that does it all, but not necessarily I guess I could say the person who manages it all, but maybe not does it all. Like you may hire someone to do your website or hire someone to do your marketing, whatever that is, but you're still the main person, behind the operation, so to speak. Knight of Wands in the reverse tells me that there was somebody that you were thinking about partnering with for something financially, but it doesn't come through. Not that, a falling out or anything happened. It's just that person isn't really the right fit for you at this time. Maybe you thought, oh yeah, we can do this together. This person will be great. But it doesn't look like it happens. It doesn't look like it comes through. Now, for those of you who are not on this path, I still think a lot of this applies here. There could be something you're ready to cut off. You're cleaning up the after effects of whatever it was. You're ready to move in a new direction. The work is definitely there. The opportunities are there if you want them to. You work independently, and you may not be able to count on somebody who you thought you could. So regardless of your situation, I still think that this applies no matter kind of what it is, what I guess your circumstances are, okay? All right, Aquarius, let's continue on and see what else shows up for you. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of June 2021. Okay. All right. So now, by the time we hit the second week of June, Aquarius, things are definitely going to be really turning around, and you're about to go through some big changes. Now, as this relates to your money, I'm feeling like this is a total career pivot for most of you. And when I say career, I don't necessarily mean as an employee. It could be some of you leaving the workforce to do your own business, some of you becoming self-employed, some of you going into an entirely new direction. Something that I did where I worked in corporate and then totally became, a spiritual professional, which is not anything related to what I used to do in the corporate world. And I have a feeling like a lot of you are going to be doing something similar. That's what I'm seeing here with the Death card and the Wheel of Fortune. But let's go ahead and talk about the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, again, this is telling me that there's definitely opportunity there. This is saying that there's people who actually want to hire you and work with you now. But for some reason, maybe you don't feel ready. Maybe you're not prepared, maybe you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting, to have so many people calling me for my services or wanting to buy my products or whatever the case is. But I do feel like you're going to have to get ready because the money's going to be too good for you to say no to. And I hope that makes sense, Aquarius, right? Wheel of Fortune here. This is where things kind of turn, but they turn very quickly and unexpectedly. That's why I said here you could be getting an influx of business or customers or clients, and you're just not prepared. You're just not set up for it yet. Not that you couldn't do it, but you want to do it well, and you need to have the equipment. You need to have the time. You need to have, the tools you need in order to get the job done. And I'm feeling like when things change, you're probably going to feel a little overwhelmed by it all. Next, we have the Ace of Swords. This is a breakthrough. So while you are going through these feelings of kind of whoa, just know that it's good. When all is said and done, this is going to be very good for you, Aquarius, because you're making breakthroughs. New opportunities are showing up for you. Money is coming to you. This is very exciting. Now we have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands, this is the card about pageantry. This is a card about being seen, being recognized, being given huge, tremendous accolades. Sometimes this is also the card of celebrity, where, you become, an influencer. You become a local celebrity in your town or in your community. You could even be a celebrity in the particular industry in which you're working in. Whatever the case is you definitely get recognized. And this is really, really good because it gives you even more leverage, even more opportunity, even more clout. This is very, very good for those of you who are not comfortable being seen and being recognized. You need to step up and level up and get comfortable with that attention, okay? Because it's definitely coming your way. We also have the Death card. I think I talked about that briefly. This is change, literally a dying to the old self and being transformed into a new version of you. Now, sometimes this can be scary for some people. Other people fully embrace it. And I feel, Aquarius, that you're going to be one of the people that embraces this. I mean, it may not feel comfortable. It may not feel familiar, but you're ready. You're ready for a transformation in your life, and it's definitely coming. You're going to start feeling that roughly in the second week of June. Finally, we do have the Nine of Wands here. Now, the Nine of Wands is an interesting card because sometimes I feel like this card talks about, it is a card of being ready, but it's also a card of kind of like figuring it out as you go and being okay with that. It's like sometimes you have to admit to yourself, okay, I don't have all the answers. I know I'm not the best person in the world to do X, Y, and Z, but that doesn't mean I'm still not good enough. That doesn't mean I still don't have something of value to offer. And this is the place where you're at mentally, Aquarius. It's like, I know I'm not, the most perfect person in the world, but I'm still, pretty damn good. And I still know what I'm doing. I still know who I am. I still know my value and my contribution. And I'm feeling like that's where you're going with this, Aquarius. Okay, so this is very exciting. I also see that, again, it's just feeling really, really good and really, really confident with where you are professionally. All right. Let's go ahead and see what else is showing up for Aquarius as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of June 2021. Ooh, okay. So here's where, remember I told you at the beginning of the reading, I feel very excited. And now I can see why. You've got some beautiful cards here. We've got Empress, the Sun, Two of Swords, Hangman, Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups. All right, Empress. Now, the Empress is the card of the divine feminine energy, right? She's also the card of growth, nurturing, maternal instincts, birth, what else? Growth, I think I said that. Anyways, Empress here, as it relates to your money, Aquarius, this tells me that the seed has been planted. However, you're not going to see a huge return right away. When she's in the reverse, that means that, you know, you've laid the groundwork, you've laid the foundation, but you're just going to have to be a little bit more patient to see the full potential of what it is that is coming your way. Now, as this relates to money, it could be that, you know, maybe you've bought the equipment, you started working, and you may not have like a huge return right away, but it doesn't mean that a huge return is not coming. I just want you to be patient, and I want you to kind of plan, you know, that you're okay financially, you know, while you're growing this new empire, whatever this new direction is that you're considering with your work and your career. It's going to take some time, as all new things do, but I don't want you to get discouraged and feel like, oh my God, this isn't working, okay? Because clearly that's not the case. Next, we have the Sun card. Doesn't matter that it's in the reverse. The Sun is always a positive card in my readings. When it's in the reverse, it's just to a lesser degree. So success is definitely coming to you. Money is coming to you. Celebrating, happiness, really being, feeling like you're just really in the flow of good, you know, of goodness, of happiness, of wealth, all the things, abundance, prosperity, okay? The thing with the Sun, though, is that not that we have to worry about anything, but sometimes we have to understand that things don't always come to us in such a big, deliberate way. You know, sometimes the good trickles in, and that's okay. You know, it's still positive. It's still all good. We just have to understand that sometimes we can't really quantify how the good is going to show up. We just have to be grateful and ready to receive it. Next, we have the Two of Swords. This is a decision. Now, I'm wondering if this is the same decision you were struggling with at the beginning of the month, Aquarius. It could be. I don't see these cards too... I mean, there could be a connection. You'll just have to see how the second half of the month plays out for you, Aquarius. I don't know. I'm not feeling like this is related to whatever that decision is, but it could be. You know, it could be. Like I said, see how the second half of the month plays out. Are you still dragging on a decision here? Because that's what this is telling me. This is a decision you have to make, and either you're deliberately not making it, or you're purposely making it harder than it has to be. Next, we have the Hangman. The Hangman in the reverse talks about getting unstuck, moving forward. This is a good card to see in the reverse. Now, could it be once you finally do make the decision, you finally unstick yourself from whatever it was that was holding you back? Yeah, that's a very likely possibility. Again, you'll have to pay attention and see how the second half of the month plays out for you, for your particular circumstance. Next, we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, a beautiful, positive card yet again. The Ace of Cups talks about a new passion project. Could be a new relationship. The other thing about the Ace of Cups is this tells me that you're going to be in an overflow doing something you love. I love to see this card in any type of money, finance, business reading, because it means that you truly are rewarded for doing the work that you love. You're sincerely connected. You know, it's like your work is heart-centered, and you get compensated for that in a very beautiful way. Now, of course, we always want money, but we also want to be rewarded in other ways, which means peace, happiness, joy, satisfaction in helping others, you know, seeing people thrive using our product or, you know, using our services. We want to make people beautiful in their lives, you know. So I think that you're definitely going to be doing that, Aquarius, and it's going to be lovely. Next, we have the Ten of Cups, ultimate joy, happiness, contentment card. Another beautiful card. This is also a celebratory card. I have a feeling that you will be celebrating your work in some way once we hit that third week of June, Aquarius. So all I can say is congratulations and enjoy yourself for me. All right, let's see what else is showing up for Aquarius as it relates to Money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of June 2021, we've got a repeater here. We've got the death card here. We saw the death card there. And it's interesting because these two death cards are literally right, one above the other. Same with the Ace of Swords. Okay. All right, Aquarius. So all I can say is that big changes are coming, changes for the better, clearly. Breakthroughs. It's like you're crushing through. It's like you're crushing through blocks. It's like whatever type of obstacles were in your way. It's like you just kind of break through them repeatedly. Like I said, it's very, very good. Let's start with the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. This is a dissatisfaction with work, but because it is in the reverse, this tells me that you are satisfied in the work that you're doing. Not everything is as perfect as we picture it in our minds, but that doesn't mean that we're not satisfied. And I have a feeling that that's kind of what you're going through, Aquarius. It's like you don't hate what you're doing. You do love it, but it's probably just didn't match the ideal of what you thought it would be in your head. But it's not enough to make you say, oh my God, I'm going to ditch this. Not at all. But it just looks like you kind of had a different opinion of what you thought it would be. Next, we have the Ace of Swords. We already talked about that card. This is breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. The Ace of Swords also means that good things are starting for you, again, as it relates to entrepreneurial stuff. I feel like a lot of you are really going to be nailing that down in the month of June. I have no doubt that some of you are moving in that direction very clearly, and you are going to do very well with it. I think it's just a matter of you making the decision to kind of go full force ahead. Next, we have the Ten of Swords in the reverse. I'd like to see that card in the reverse because it means that there was something that was emotionally painful and it was affecting your work, it was affecting your money, but you're overcoming that, right? You're letting something go. Could have been maybe a coworker betrayed you or backstabbed you, or maybe someone close to you, someone in your family maybe. There was something that hurt you, and this had an impact on your work. This had an impact on your money. But you're finally starting to heal from that. You're either letting it go or you're understanding what the situation was. You learned the lesson and you're moving forward. We also have the Death card, talked about that. This is big change coming in your life, Aquarius. I hope you're ready because change for the better is definitely on the way. This is not only going to be change for the better in your work, in your money situation, but just your life overall. But again, you're going to have to let go of some things in your old life, so to speak, so you can fully embrace and accept what is awaiting for you in the new life that you are creating. Finally, we have the King of Wands. This is you getting attention at work or in your industry or in your business, whatever the case may be. This means people are noticing you. Usually this is somebody higher up or it's a potential client. It's like somebody sees you. It's like you're on their radar, okay? If you're an employee, this means managers, executives, higher ups are watching you and they're very impressed. If you're a business owner, it means that a big client or a big, customer is looking at you and considering hiring you and working with you, and they're very impressed. They are definitely, it's only a matter of time before they reach out and say, hey, I want to hire you to do the job. Okay, so like I said, Aquarius, get ready. Your June's going to be pretty darn good. And yeah, you've got big changes coming up. So like I said, I hope you are prepared. All right, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Eternal Crystals Oracle card. Now this is interesting. You got Rutilated Quartz, another beautiful stone. Card number 36, this one says Home Root Chakra. Home, grounded. Also the foundation, your sanctuary. Where are you at most peace? And I'm hoping that this is going to be home for most of you. Pay attention to your root chakra this month. If you can, go outside, do some grounding. Sit on on your butt if you can, if it's comfortable. And just really make sure that you feel grounded and that you feel stable, okay? All right, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, drop them down below. And I want to thank you for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.